As our economy struggles to recover from the worst downturn since the Great Depression, a major bright spot is the rise of women in the workplace and the power they now possess in corporate culture. Maddie Dykewald is the author of a new book called Influence: How Women's Soaring Economic Power Will Transform Our World for the Better. Maddie, welcome. Good to have you in the studio with us.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
You know, the numbers really are quite gratifying, particularly in the United States. But at the same day that I read about this, I read about a woman who's going to be stoned to death for adultery. I read about things that go on in other cultures where women don't seem to be making that level of progress. Is this uniquely a Western phenomenon?
Well, interestingly, it is not uniquely just Western, although the Western world is far, far in advance of any of the developing nations. But what we've begun to discover is that there's some economic opportunities that countries really experience when they educate young women and then get them in the workforce. It's just had phenomenal results.
But there are huge cultural barriers, you'd have to admit.
Huge cultural barriers.
In the Islamic world, but not only there. You know, the Chinese economy is male-dominated. Yet
the richest person in China is a woman.
A lot of powerful Chinese.
So, I mean, you see things at both ends of the spectrum.
What are the gains? So is it productivity? What happens in a country when...
That is such a great question to be asking. Let's put it into three different terms. One, just the general economy. According to The Economist, the single biggest growth issue that we've seen over the last decade is not the growth of the Chinese economy or the Indian economy or even technology. It's women working. It has added more to the bottom line. In other countries have found that their GDP actually increases when they bring women into the workforce. It's huge.
Well, how do you feel, particularly here in the United States, the economic downturn has changed the role of women in the economy?
Yes. It's been pretty dramatic. I mean, we call this the man session because so many of men's jobs have gone away. Women have done a great job of getting to that kind of middle place where they're very effective in middle management, very effective at earning pretty well.
There are still complaints that there aren't enough women in the upper echelons. My counter has always been, it's just a matter of time, right? They've gotten to middle management, and now the next stage is going to be eventually there's going to be more and more CEOs and more board members. Are you as optimistic, or is there some kind of ceiling that's preventing that?
I hope there isn't a ceiling, but what we've discovered also is there's a benefit to corporations when they bring women into leadership positions. Suddenly they see their profits grow, putting women on boards. And by the way, 3 women on a board is what really makes the difference, really sees profitability increase.
Do you feel the support infrastructure is there, though, for women who are, like, staying longer in the workforce and rising to those upper echelons, for example? You know, do you feel that there's enough progress in childcare and affordable childcare? Because I know that's an issue in many countries, particularly in Australia, that really does hold women back.
As big an issue as it may be in Australia, it's an even bigger issue in the United States. At least there's some public policy in places like Australia and Great Britain. But in the United States, we have very little policy that really takes care of and supports families. So that's a place we've really got to make some changes, not just for women, but for men as well.
Do women's gains come at the expense of men?
I don't think so. I think the idea is for women and men to stand side by side in corporate culture as well as any other parts of our culture to really improve society overall.
You know, speaking of improving society, I went to a women's college, and the endless debate was if more women were in power, the world and corporations would be a better, nicer place. And the other side of the argument is the minute more women are in power, they take on all the qualities that come with power, and they become just like everybody else who's ever had that position. Men.
Yeah, it is a good debate. And I think we see both things happening. What we do understand, and it's based on fact, is that when you put more women in power, there's more emphasis on child care, on education, on health care, on things that really matter to women.
Maybe fewer wars as well.
Now, hopefully that would be fantastic.
I don't believe it.
We'll see.
Maddie, thank you very much, and good luck with the book,
Thank you.
Influence. We appreciate your
Thank you so much.